WNBA champion A'ja Wilson talks Caitlin Clark's privileged remarks. Caitlin Clark received several honors following her first season in the WNBA. In addition to being named the league's Rookie of the Year, Clark was also selected as the 2024 Time Athlete of the Year. While Clark produced a strong stat line during her time at Iowa and at the WNBA level, there has been much debate about whether she also had inherent privilege that helped her rise to stardom. During her interview with Time magazine, Clark admitted to having a particular built-in benefit. "I don't want to say I've earned every single thing, but as a white person, there's privilege. A lot of those players in the league that have been really good have been black players. This league has kind of been built on them. The more we can appreciate that, highlight that, talk about that, I think it's very important. I have to continue to try to change that," Clark said. "The more we can elevate black women, that's going to be a beautiful thing. Caitlin Clark may never be paid, but whatever she's really worth to WNBA, agent says." Those comments received mixed reactions within the basketball world. Last May, two-time WNBA champion A'ja Wilson was asked whether race and double standards in sports played a role in Clark's meteoric rise. "I think it's a huge thing. I think a lot of people may say it's not about black and white, but to me it is," the Las Vegas Aces star told the Associated Press at the time, and shortly before she inked a major endorsement deal with Nike for her first signature shoe. "It really is because you can be top-notch at what you are as a black woman, but yet maybe that's something that people don't want to see. They don't see it as marketable, so it doesn't matter how hard I work. It doesn't matter what we all do as black women, we're still going to be swept underneath the rug. That's why it boils my blood when people say it's not about race, because it is." Wilson once again broached the subject during a recent interview with Time magazine. "It's powerful to me," Wilson, who was featured in Time's Women of the Year issue, said. American gymnastics star Jordan Childs was also featured in the issue. "As a black woman in the WNBA, we have our struggles in showcasing who we really are. A lot of agendas get pushed on a lot of different platforms that may shadow us. You work so hard, but you still have to work 10 times harder just to be seen. So when we can have our counterparts speak up, it speaks volumes to me, because they're in spaces where my path is never supposed to go. It's crazy that we're talking about that in 2025, but it's real. We see those things as black women. We see where people stand up and speak for us," said Wilson. Wilson did speak about the pushback Clark received for her remarks. The Las Vegas Aces center also acknowledged the barriers she has faced throughout her standout career. "A'ja Clark got a lot of backlash from that because obviously we live in a world where they don't want that and it's exhausting. But imagine dealing with that and then having to go out and play every single night, having to constantly have to worry. How are they about to downgrade my resume now? What more do I have to do in order to showcase how elite and how serious I take my job? But I also do it with love and passion and fun. A lot of people don't want to see me at the top, and that's fine. But I'm going to be there because I worked my butt off to get there," she continued. Wilson said she intends to continue speaking out and using her own privilege in a variety of ways. "I have a privilege in a lot of different ways," she said. "I can be in spaces where a lot of other black women, white women, however you want to see it, are not. But that's where I'm going to try to use my privilege of being a professional athlete to help others, because that's what gives me my why. So claps, steps, all the in-between, because I know it's hard to speak out on that. That's why I try to speak out as much as I can, but people just see it a different way. That's okay. I just want people to understand that when people can speak up about us as black women in rooms that we may not be in, that means a lot. Because it's a little piece of us in there, they can hold that door open for us to walk through. So I'm grateful."